How's it going, fellas and fellalettes? My name's Jacob. I'm an apprentice. I've been an apprentice for a little over a couple months for plumbing, and there's just a few things I would like to talk about as far as as tools goes for an apprentice. Now, this isn't for the people who've been doing this for years and years. Okay, this isn't probably for an apprentice been doing this for a while. This I'm talking about just starting out. Okay, and there's a few things that I learned that might help you fellas out and fellalettes. So let's get into it. We're talking about three basic tools that'd be perfect for day one on the job site for the plumbing. Here's what I got. Okay, first up, let's go with a pair of pliers. Okay, I think a pair of pliers is absolutely a necessity for day one on the job. Why? Listen, there's a ton of things you can do with a pair of pliers. Okay, you can take some toilet bolts off. You can work on water heaters with it. You can do pretty much anything in the world with a pair of pliers that involves nuts. Alright, so I got a pair of Nipexes. Nipple X's, Knipex, K-Nipex, however they say it, okay? Doesn't matter. It's a pair of pliers, and I'm going to say what I'm going to want to say. I'm going to call them Nipple X, alright? That's what I like saying. It's funny. That's what we're going with, okay? So anyways, I like these fellas a lot, okay? They're very micro-adjustable, alright? You can do a lot of things with these. You just hit this little button here, right? Bam, bam, quick, easy, ready to roll. Plus on the other side, I'm telling you what, you can grip anything with these bad boys. Absolutely anything. Grip it all with it. Alright? I'm talking everything. Okay. Now if you don't want to get Nipex, okay, I understand. Sometimes you just get started out. You want some cheaper tools. Don't matter what you get. Alright? I'd say any type of pair of pliers, okay? So, these are the small fellas. I like these because you get this good old-fashioned plier pouch, right? Like the old farmers have. You know what I'm talking about. Here's what you do. Look at this. Bam! They fit right in there. No problem. Just like that. Now you can wear them on your hip like a 6-shooter. Whip these bad boys out anytime you need them. Anytime you need them. Overall, just a great set of pliers. But, you can go regular set of pliers too. Also, these are the 7-inchers. Just so they fit in there nice and easy. They're not huge, size comparison. These are the 10-inchers here. Obviously, there's a big difference between the 7 and the 10s. 10s, they ain't gonna squeeze in there. But you get the 7-inchers, boom, they're gonna squeeze right in there. No problem, easy to carry around. Some other people like these fellas right here. Just normal pliers, the slip joint, I had these. I used to still have to carry them around just because you can't really cut anything with the old Nipple X pliers, but you can with regular set of old-fashioned pliers. Put them in there, bam, cut it, you're off to the races, whatever you need to cut it for. Anyways, that's tool one, okay? Pliers. You need them, carry them. I promise you go to the job site, day one with these, pretty much probably plumb the entire house yourself. Or rough in an entire house yourself. Or commercial-wise, do whatever you think good in that commercial building, do it if you need to. This is for a little bit of every type of apprentice, okay? So the fella I work for, we do rough-ins, we do commercial, and we do residential service calls. We do it all. It's kind of a broad spectrum. We live in a smaller area, so if you're a plumber, you're pretty much doing everything. So I think this would be, for any type of plumbing you're going to be ready to do as an apprentice, pliers. Can't go wrong with them. Come on now. Easy enough. All right. On to the next one, okay? Now, you show up on a job, it don't matter what type of job you're doing, you're going to need something to measure something with, right? Tape measure, okay? I like carrying this little fella around, okay? The reason why I like this guy so much is check this out. Bam! He's got the little numbers on it. The handy-andy numbers, so you know what 8s are, you know where the halves at, where the quarters at. Because let me tell you something, okay? I've only used tape measure before I was an apprentice, not very often. And when I was using it, the only thing I was really measuring as far as 1.5 inches. Don't ask me why. Get your mind out of the gutter. You already know why. All right. But anyways, it just makes it a little bit easier. Someone wants me to measure something, cut a pipe. They want like 5/8. Anyways, that's not. Plumbers really don't do that. But you know what I'm saying, man. If something's crazy, you cut something at 4 5/8. You don't have to sit here and count all these little lines, big lines. You just do it. It tells you right there on the tape. It's a hack, okay? It's an absolute hack. I don't care what anybody says. I'll carry this everywhere. And you know what? It works for me. I like the little 12-footer, okay? It's just small. You can put it in your pocket. You can do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying. But I also carry the 25-footer just in case you need something a little extra duty, extra long. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to go over 1.5 inches. You know what I'm talking about. But 25 footer is nice on this side because she's got good reach. You can get a long ways out with this fella. Not as long as like a Fat Max or anything like that, but you know, it works for me. I barely use the 25 footer. Most of the time I'm using the 12 footer. Let's be honest. Sticks of pipe, you know, they coming in at 10 foot. You really ain't measuring anything over that unless you're getting crazy with something. So 12 footer will do everything I needed to. But any tape measure is going to work, guys. Any of them. You don't need something fancy, okay? You can get the cheapest tape measure or the biggest tape measure, but I think it's important to bring it on the first day of the job site, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need to measure something, all right? It's just the way it is. On to the next one. All right. For my third absolute necessity first day on the job, here's what I think you're going to need, okay? A way to mark something. All right, now when I first started out, I didn't have nothing. Okay, I showed up with some clothes and just a warm body. All right, with no knowledge at all. I had no idea what I was doing. Did that for like a couple days, and I'm like, listen, I got to get something to be more efficient. All right, there's three things that we were doing a lot. We were measuring stuff, we were cutting stuff, we were also taking bolts and stuff. We needed some way to pinch something. Okay, and I was always asking for a tool. Got tired of it and got kind of embarrassing. Right, so three things I got right away. Okay. Some way to mark something down. All right, so I got a little marker here. I like this on the PVC. You just see it a lot easier. You know, give it a little mark, bam, you're ready to cut. Send it. Now if you're doing like a rough end or something, or running a lot of vents, cutting a lot of pipe, I do enjoy the pencil just because when you're sitting there marking stuff all day long, you don't have to sit here and mess with the cap. All right, you can lose the cap. You do all stuff with the cap. Weird things. Cap, I'll tell you what, it's like a guitar pick. Fling that around, it's gone. You'll never see it again. History. But you get a pencil, it's nice because you just whip it out, mark it, put it back in, you're ready to go. It's just easier when you're doing a lot of pipe cutting, a lot of measuring, a lot of marking. Strongest is just pencil. I'd go with both, you know, be that guy. Have two ways to mark. Help your buddy out. Maybe your buddy forgets a pen or a pencil. Give him something, all right? That's my three bare necessity tools on day one, in my opinion. Now, I'm not an intelligent human being, okay? Never said I was. But these are things that have helped me out a lot in the long haul, all right? So, let's go on to a couple more just little sprinkles of stuff that you might want to bring, and you probably got at your house for day one, okay? You probably got them laying around. Let's talk about something. A knife. Okay? Bring a knife. Be able to cut a box or something weird. Tape. I don't know. Just bring a knife. It's not. You probably have one laying around somewhere. Just put it in your pocket. Get used to carrying it every day. I like these little razor blade knives, the little box cutter knives. The one by Milwaukee I'm a big fan of because it flips open. Easy to carry around. It's got a little pocket clip for you. But also, it's got this, you know, the box cutter blades you take out. And when you're, you know, working on a sink or something, you need to get a little bit of extra stuff off the sink. You just sit there and you can scrape it. You can take the blade off, scrape it. It just makes it easier to get it off. I'm a big fan of it. It's worked well for me. And then when it gets dull, you don't have to worry about sharpening it. All right, you just plop a new blade in, and you're ready to go, just like that. But I'd bring a knife. You already have one. You probably don't need to go buy one. Another thing you probably got at your house laying around. Okay, flashlights. All right, I carry 2 flashlights at all times. This bad boy goes in my pocket. Okay, the reason I like this flashlight, it's got the pointer light, you know, you can point it at things, but also it's got a floodlight, so when you're working underneath sinks or any tight spaces, you put this on, you can see a lot more. I'm a big fan of it. Also, okay, it's got a magnet on the bottom. Boop, pop that to a water heater. Now you got the floodlight coming down. Now your hands are free. You don't have to worry about it, okay? You're in a sink, you know, it's got a metal bottom. Pop it on the sink. No problem, okay? It's just that easy. This guy, if you wanted to know, it's called the Nebo Big Larry 2. You're right, Big Larry 2. Couple complaints about it, though. It is heavy. It's kind of a nuisance to carry around. Also, it goes through the batteries. She is a thirsty gal when it comes to sucking the juice. You know what I'm saying? So, if you get one of these, be prepared to go through double A's, like they're going out of style, all right? Because you're going to be going through a lot of them. But I guarantee y'all people at your house has got one of these laying around. Take it with you to the job site. Be the guy. Someone needs to see something. Put a light on it. You know what I'm saying? All right. On to the next one. Well, actually, let's get back to the lights. Okay, I carry 2 lights. I carry the Big Larry 2. Okay, floodlight. But I also have this little fella, this little Coast headlamp. All right, the reason I like this, you're in a crawl space doing something weird like repiping a house or just checking on service calls, something's leaking under there, you got to look what's going on. This thing's perfect. You put it on your head, click it on, you don't have to worry about anything else. It's perfect. It just sits there on your head, and you just give it a little, how you doing? Now you can see everything. Hands free, baby. Gotta love it. Next thing on the list, all right, is probably things you got at your house. You guessed it, screwdrivers, okay? I carry 2 screwdrivers with me at all times, and it helps out a ton. I carry a Phillips, and I carry a standard flathead. You use these things all the time. They're just handy to have, and you probably got them at your house. You ain't got to go buy them, all right? They're just laying there. Bring you 2. You don't need all the set. I had a full set. Guess what? You know, they got the little micro ones. I don't use those. I've only used 2 of them. The regular sizes, the Phillips #2, and like this medium standard head, all right? I would say I'd strongly recommend these 2 fellas. They're just perfect to have. Any screwdriver's gonna work. You don't need anything crazy, all right? Just get some screwdrivers. Be a normal guy. Don't get crazy with the screwdrivers. But 2, gonna help you out quite a bit. Now, one more thing you probably got at your house laying around, okay? And it's gonna be real useful on a job site. So I strongly recommend just bringing it with you, all right? A little torpedo level, okay? Little torpedo level. The reason you want one of these is that, guess what happens, okay? Turds go what? That's right. They fall down the hill, all right? They go down. You're going to want to know if you're running something, running pipes, vents, whatever, you're going to need some fall on it. The best way to get some fall, put a level on it. It's going to tell you. Now, I like this little fella right here because it's got your fall marks on it, which is nice. It's got your little grade bubble on there. I'm a big fan of that, you know. I just enjoy it. But you don't need anything crazy, but I'm pretty sure everyone's got a little torpedo level at their house. Bring it to the job site, you know. That way, when you're doing something, you don't have to go running around asking someone for a level. It's there, you got it, all right? I guarantee it's free. It's already at your house. You already bought it probably a long time ago. But, you know, I'd say take it with you. It'll come in handy. So, there's a few tools for you for the apprentices out there. All right, I hope you get a little bit of joy out of the video, just a little bit of knowledge maybe, but like I got the smooth brain, so I wouldn't go too crazy with what I say, but these are some tools that are probably going to help you out in the long run, okay? Now, you can go expensive right away with the hand tools, or you can get cheap ones right away. It don't matter. I'd always say just go with what you can afford, okay? Now, it'd be nice to get you some Nipple X right away, you know, get you some fancy stuff. But if you can't afford it, that's fine. Get some regular stuff and then just work your way up. But don't get crazy and start buying stuff that's too expensive right away, all right? Save your money up. Invest in some tools later on when you can afford it. Don't buy things right away that you just can't afford, all right? I'm telling you right now, it's the way I did it, because I've heard horror stories, especially from mechanic buddies. They get crazy on that truck, I'm telling you right now, and they're going to start buying a bunch of stuff, and then they're on this big hole, and like, oh man, should have waited. Go ahead and wait. You don't need to have the fancy stuff with that job site, okay? Just get stuff that works. Be a normal guy. All right. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much, fellas and fellawettes, for watching this. I hope you got a little bit of knowledge from it, a little bit of just something to carry with you when you're going to the job site for the first time, making a good impression. Bring some tools, okay? You don't need nothing crazy, just a little bit to get you a long ways. Welcome to Plumber Nation. I appreciate y'all for watching. And also, at all times, all right, stay weird.